Welcome to Transport Vlog. My name is Paul and I'm currently at Marrickville Station. This video and the next video, there's going to be two videos, is going to be an update on all the work that's happening on the Bankstown stations to upgrade them to Sydney Metro standards. So this video will cover Marrickville through to Campsie, and then the second video will cover Belmore through to Bankstown. Marrickville Station was upgraded in 2016 as part of the Transport Access Programme. This included installing two lifts. This station has two entrances. The main entrance that you can see here is on Illawarra Road. As you can see, Marrickville Station has a modern overhead concourse with two lifts and stair access to each platform. This is sufficient for Sydney Metro standards, so this will be staying as is. An important requirement for Sydney Metro is the provision of lifts at every station, and some stations on the Bankstown line have lifts and others currently don't. Here is a view of the existing staircase, and now a closer view of one of the lifts. And here is a view of the lift from the overhead concourse. The station redevelopment in 2016 also included this new station entrance on Station Street. This provides step-free access to Platform 2 and is very close to the footbridge and lift for access to Platform 1. All the facilities here, such as kiss and ride, bicycle parking and accessible parking spaces, are all retained as part of Sydney Metro. The derelict buildings on the opposite side of Station Street make a stark contrast to the modern station entrance. The current plan is for these to be demolished and replaced with two commercial spaces and a 6-storey boarding house. It looks like the track, sleepers and ballast have been replaced relatively recently. I think it was before the 2-week shutdown at the end of June 2021, but I'm not sure. If you know when this happened, please let us all know in the comments. What definitely did happen in this 2-week shutdown was the raising and levelling of the platforms. Precast concrete T-sections were installed above the original brick platforms. This was to retain as much of the heritage brick platforms as possible. The raised platforms now provide almost level access to the trains, as you can see here. Like most stations on the Bankstown line, Marrickville Station has curved platforms, so that's going to make minimising the gap between the train and the platform more difficult on the curved sections of the platform. But there is a solution, and this is to use mechanical gap fillers. If you look closely, you can see some metal recesses. This is where the mechanical gap fillers will go. The mechanical gap fillers will reduce the horizontal gap between the train and the platform to be less than 40 mm. In the description below, I've posted a link to a video that will show you how mechanical gap fillers are working on the Seoul Metro in Korea. You can also see the cable recesses for the future platform screen doors. When the line is converted to Sydney Metro, the yellow warning lines and the blue tactile ground surface indicators will be removed, as they will not be required with platform screen doors. You can see that the eastern end of Platform 1 has not been upgraded. This is because the upgraded platforms only need to accommodate 6-car trains initially. As the Bankstown line stations are all above ground, upgrading for 8-car trains in the future should be relatively straightforward. This heritage listed building on Platform 1 dates back to when the line opened in 1895. It will be retained, refurbished and tidied up a little bit, and will be used for a different purpose to what it is used for now. Its future purpose could be a station control room or a communication room. The building on Platform 2, which is over to the left, is also heritage listed and dates back to 1911, and this is also here to stay. Also on platform 2 is the former booking office, which dates back to 1917 and is also heritage listed, so this is here to stay as well. Each station will have a services building. These will be built from scratch and will be used to house critical signalling, power and telecoms equipment. The services building for Marrickville will be immediately east of platform 1 between the freight lines and the Sydney train / future Sydney Metro lines. You can see the work starting here to prepare the ground for this building. Now appearing on much of the Bankstown line are these new conduits. These will house the cables for the various signalling and communication systems. New vertical protection anti-throw screens are being installed on the Illawarra Road Bridge. These are essential on a fully automated railway. The existing shared path that runs from Station Street to Charlotte Street and Myrtle Street is currently being widened, upgraded and will have much better lighting. Well, let's face it, it doesn't look very safe or inviting right now. So now just outside Dulwich Hill Station, and there are two major things here that are going to get fixed as a result of Sydney Metro. The first one is lifts. So the existing Dulwich Hill Station has no lifts, so that's going to be fixed by having a new aerial concourse. You can see a little bit of evidence of it here and also on the platform. So that will fix the lift issue, and it will also fix the second issue, which is a not brilliant interchange with Inner West Light Rail. So this new overhead concourse will also make the interchange much better. Where the blue hoardings are on the island platform is where the stairs and the lift to the platform will go. These will be connected to a covered overhead aerial concourse that will go over the railway lines to the existing Inner West Light Rail lift, which is coming into view now. Passengers can then use the existing light rail lift or the stairs to get down to the Inner West Light Rail platform, which you can see here. This is how the interchange between light rail and train services happens at the moment. So from the light rail lift, it's right along Bedford Crescent. Now this interchange normally takes about 5 minutes, so I've speeded it up. Now approaching Wardale Road, where you turn right. Now continuing to the station entrance, which is coming into view now, right into the station entrance, and then down the stairs to the island platform. So it's not easy, especially with a pram or with luggage. So instead you'd walk up the stairs or use the lift from the light rail, and then you would access a new aerial concourse that would take you over the railway lines, and then use the lift or stairs to get down to the island platform. This artist's impression here shows the entrance to the new overhead aerial concourse. The existing light rail lift and stairs are on the right. Here are some close-ups of the work that is happening just behind the light rail lift to create this aerial concourse. I will definitely be visiting this station often over the next few months to see how the work on the aerial concourse is progressing. At the time of recording this video, the Inner West Light Rail Line L1 was out of action due to cracks in the light rail vehicles. I would like to do a video about this, but I don't have any footage of Inner West Light Rail trams. So if you have any photos or videos that you would be happy for me to use, then please email them to paul@transportvlog.com. Now back to Dulwich Hill Station. Below the lift and the stairs to the island platform, there will also be a new station building. This is the view from the gap in the hoardings on the island platform. The square concrete structure that you can see here looks like the start of the supporting pillar for this bridge. And here is an artist's impression of this new aerial concourse bridge as viewed from the island platform. And this is in the opposite direction, so you can now see the stairs. These are facing west, and if you look closely you can see there's a signpost to Ewart Lane. That's because there will also be a new station entrance on this road. The area to the south of the station is being redeveloped to create a new pedestrian plaza that will link to the new Ewart Lane entrance. Here is an artist's impression of how this plaza will look. Notice the cafe with outdoor seating and general areas to relax. Now on Ewart Lane, looking from the west, and around about here is where the new station entrance will be. This new station entrance would then link to the plaza, which would start around here. Here is an artist's impression of the new entrance on Ewart Lane. The lift is on the west side and the stairs are on the east side. Not much to see from Ewart Lane as yet, so let's have a look from the station. This is from the westbound side of the island platform, and you can see the beginnings of what will become the new station entrance. You can see this concrete box structure that will form part of the station entrance and aerial concourse. The lift will be on this side and the stairs on the other side. The area between the station and Ewart Lane, which is now over on the right, used to be a station car park, and it will be a station car park again in the future. However, the car park will be smaller than before because some of the space is going to be used for a new services building, which will be around about here. This is the view from further down Ewart Lane looking towards the station. And I reckon this concrete square is probably going to be part of the services building. The existing station entrance on Wardell Road will continue to be used, and this booking office will be retained and refurbished. There will also be some other upgrades to this station entrance. The booking office and the platform building are heritage listed and date back to 1935. Here is a closer view of the heritage listed platform building. Just like at Marrickville, this building will be retained, refurbished and repurposed. Here is another view of this platform building from the Wardell Road Bridge. The existing stairs that go down to the island platform will be refurbished and upgraded too. The westbound platform at Dulwich Hill is on quite a curve, as you can see here. However, step-free and level access will still be possible by using the mechanical gap fillers. And as you can see, just like at Marrickville, the platform heights have been raised and levelled. During the 2-week shutdown at the end of June 2021, a total of 18 platforms were upgraded and raised, so that's pretty much all of the stations on the Bankstown Line. And just like at Marrickville, the top of the platforms consist of precast concrete T-sections, preserving the original brick platform below. Lots of evidence at Dulwich Hill, especially on the east side, of the new conduits that will store the various electrical and communications cables. So I'm now at Hurlstone Park. This is one of the quieter stations on the Bankstown Line. The main work to do here is to install lifts to allow step-free access to the platforms. Here is the entrance to Hurlstone Park Station. This overhead booking office building dates back to 1961. It will be refurbished, including recladding, and it will be repurposed as well. But most importantly, it will be getting a new larger roof. The larger roof will provide shelter from the sun and from rain, but also make the station entrance much more visible. Here is an artist's impression of the refurbished booking office with the much larger new roof. You can see here the start of work to install a lift for platform 1. The stairs will also be upgraded and will have a new overhead canopy. And similar work is taking place to provide a new lift and upgrade the stairs to platform 2. The platforms have been refurbished and raised, and there's lots of work going on at the moment to improve drainage. Here are some closer shots of the drainage improvement work that is taking place. Notice the new conduits for cabling at the back of the platform as well. And on the platform itself are new drainage holes. Hurlstone Park also has a curved platform, so mechanical gap fillers will be required here. There are no metal recesses for the mechanical gap fillers on this part of the platform. This could be because it's straight, or perhaps it's because they haven't been installed as yet. There is only one intermediate station on the Bankstown line that has completely straight platforms and will therefore not require mechanical gap fillers. Which station is it? Let me know in the comments. At some of the stations, including this one, it was necessary to remove part of the original heritage brickwork to provide sufficient space for the new platform and the associated cabling conduits as well. At this point where the new platform ends, you can see clearly the amount of brick that was removed. At this end of the upgraded platform, you can see the orange cable housing for electrical cables and the white cable housing for communications cables. And you can also see the end of the original platform. There are heritage listed buildings on both platforms, and these were built in 1915. Here is a closer view of the building on platform 2. This will be retained and refurbished, and unsightly security grills on the windows will be removed. And here is a view of the building on platform 1. Just like at Marrickville, this will also be refurbished and repurposed, perhaps being used as a communication room or a station control room or for other station amenities. The Hurlstone Park Services building is west and south of the station. On this train heading east towards the city, you can see the construction work for the services building now appearing on the right hand side of this track. So I'm now at Canterbury Station. Just looking around this station, there's definitely the need for a lift to platform 1. That's the platform that goes towards the city. Platform 2 kind of already has a ramp. I'm not sure if it's totally suitable, so we'll have to see what happens. Here is the view of the entrance to Canterbury Station as viewed from Canterbury Road. This concourse building was built in the 1980s. Being on a corner, the station can also be accessed from Broughton Street. This is looking into the station entrance from Broughton Street. This area is going to be opened up to create a much more inviting station plaza. As you can see, the station concourse looks quite dark and dingy, so this section of the roof is going to be removed to allow a lot more natural light in. And here is an artist impression of what the new station concourse will look like as viewed from Broughton Street. The stairs to platform 1 will be replaced and a new lift will be added as well. The existing ramp to platform 2 will be retained and will be updated and refurbished. However, it's not really suitable for disabled access, so a new lift will be provided as well. And here is some early work to begin constructing the lift on platform 2. This is an artist impression of how this will look when it's all finished, with the new stairs down to platform 1, the 2 new lifts and an upgraded ramp to platform 2. Canterbury Station also has heritage listed buildings on both platforms that were built in 1915. These will be refurbished and repurposed. The current off-peak service pattern is a train every 15 minutes. And the newer Series 2 Waratah trains operate many of the services, with the earlier Series 1 Waratahs doing the remainder. When this line becomes part of Sydney Metro, the off-peak frequency will be at least every 10 minutes, with the train every 4 minutes at peak times. Returning to the heritage platform buildings, here is another view of the building on platform 1. And here's a close-up of the building on platform 2. Now looking at the platforms, and you can see that the metal recesses for the mechanical gap fillers have been installed. I'm not exactly sure what is going on here on the western side of platform 1. It's probably work to improve platform drainage. And just like at Hurlstone Park, a small part of the original brickwork was removed to make way for cables that are required as part of the platform screen doors. The new services building will be on this area of land, which is just beyond the western end of platform 2. This area has also been safeguarded to allow a future western entrance from Charles Street. So I'm now at Campsie Station. This is an interesting station because it has a mix of old buildings and a relatively new aerial concourse. And this aerial concourse already has lifts, so I can tick lifts off my list. Lots of work is happening around the station entrance on Beamish Street. The existing entrances on Beamish Street will be consolidated into one widened entry by means of a public plaza, and this plaza will also link into Lillian Lane, which is coming into view now. This is how this new plaza area is looking at the moment. There will be retail shops on either side. This view is looking towards Lillian Lane. To open this space up required the removal of the overhead heritage parcel office. This building contained retail shops and had been significantly modified. This is how it would look when it's finished, with Lillian Lane over on the left. Here is another artist impression of the actual plaza itself. And looking from above, you can see how this fits in nicely with the existing overhead concourse. A new overhead concourse was built in 2002, and this will be fine for Sydney Metro, so we'll be staying as is. It includes two lifts. This is the lift for platform 1 and this is the lift for platform 2. And here is the lift entrance on platform 1. And the platform 2 lift entrance is just here. The two existing platform buildings date back to 1915 and they look in pretty good shape. I guess they might have been refurbished as part of the 2002 improvements. Here is a closer look at the platform 1 building. You can see some work happening immediately in front of this building. Again, it's probably related to improving platform drainage. Here is another view of the heritage building on platform 1. You also get a good view of the new raised platform here and the original brickwork below it. No evidence of the metal recesses for the mechanical gap fillers as yet. And here is the building on platform 2. You can see how the old heritage building links quite nicely with the more modern canopy, which then leads to the overhead concourse. And here is some more footage of the platform 2 building. Each station had regular automated announcements about the change to the platform heights, along with written signage as well.
Platform heights have changed at this station. Watch your step when entering the train.
And you can see the work taking place on platform 2 to improve the drainage. Of the 5 stations covered in this video, Campsie is the busiest, with around 10,000 passengers using this station every day before the pandemic started. Marrickville was about half of that at around 5,000, and Hurlstone Park was the quietest with only about 1,600 people using the station each day. During the off-peak on weekdays, both Marrickville and Campsie have 2 additional trains per hour, so that's 6 trains per hour in total. At the east end of the station there are 2 crossover junctions. They're a bit hard to see from here, so I went for a little walk. The points that you can see here from the down line to the up line are brand new. These were installed during the 2-week shutdown at the end of June. Notice the lighter colour of the newer concrete sleepers. A train that has terminated in platform 1 at Campsie from the west can use this junction to switch to the down line and re-enter service towards Bankstown on platform 2. Now looking towards Campsie, and there is another set of points from the down to the up line. This junction will be used to allow a train coming from the city to access platform 1 at Campsie and then reverse. This junction has always been here, but the points were replaced during the 2-week shutdown. This map, which is not to scale, shows these 2 junctions to the east of Campsie Station, the new one being highlighted in blue. To the west of the station there is also another crossover junction. Let's take a look. As you can see, this crossover junction is adjacent to where the freight lines veer off to the right. This junction has always been here, but the points were replaced as part of the 2-week shutdown back in June. This junction will be used by a train from the city that terminates at Campsie in platform 2. It can then continue along the down line, cross over to the up line at this crossover, and then come back into Campsie Station on platform 1. Having 2 options for westbound trains to terminate at Campsie Station provides additional operational flexibility. On the west side of Campsie Station, there is a lot of work happening between the down line and Lillian Lane. This work is for a traction substation and a services building. Work has started on constructing the traction substation, as you can see here. The services building will be just east of the traction substation, opposite Dewar Street. The land for a future station entrance in Dewar Street has been safeguarded. Here is a look at this work from a train coming into Campsie from the west. The construction work coming into view now is all related to the traction substation.
This train will stop at Campsie.
And here is where the construction work for the services building is happening. So this is the end of part 1 of my video update on the Sydney Metro upgrade work that's happening on the Bankstown line. Look out for part 2, there's a link to that in the description below. That will cover from Belmore through to Bankstown. So if you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and do leave a comment below or a question as well, and I'll do my best to answer any questions. If you haven't already subscribed to the Transport Vlog YouTube channel, please do. That's also a great way of knowing that you'll get part 2. And also consider supporting me on Patreon. There's a link to that in the description below. There's some great perks, including early access to future videos. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.